As a follow-up to an earlier visit by Vice President Dr. Bart Jagdeo, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa, along with his colleague Minister Bishop Juan Edgil, returned to the community of Baggersville, West Bank, Demerara, where they met and interacted with farmers and residents on how the respective ministries can further develop the community. The meeting afforded residents the opportunity to raise with the two ministers issues of concern in the community and have solutions arrived at. In his remarks to residents following the issues raised, Minister Mustafa said it is important that residents reach out to their NDC and then the region in having certain issues addressed. He noted that many of the issues raised by residents can be resolved at the level of the NDC or the Regional Democratic Council and should not be left for ministers to come and address. The Agriculture Minister stressed that residents must work with their NDC and NDC with their constituents in order for there to be advancement, noting that there must be a fully functional partnership in which Council provides the services and the residents pay rates and taxes.
You have to work with your NDCs, NDC and your region. They have, first of all, they have money to do small work in the community. The NDC normally have a subvention, but also sometimes residents are guilty, they are not paying their rates and taxes, and they want development to take place. It can't work like that. Government over the years have been increasing subvention to the NDC, but that is not enough to do the works. One road, a proper road, 4-mile road or 3-mile road, Bishop will tell you it'll cost about $30 million, proper road. The NDC, they can't do one road with the money they have. And when you look at the collection of rates and taxes, it's very low. Sometimes about 40% only they collect for the entire NDC. And every single person in the community wants development to take place. But it's both ways we have to work. We have to ensure that we cooperate with the local bodies. We work together. We form ourselves into groups. There are a lot of opportunities now for people in this country.
The Agriculture Minister said government has been steadily increasing the allocations to the agriculture sector in order to ensure that there is rapid development and that all farmers are given the support required to grow their farms. He pointed to the many opportunities that now abound, even outside of agriculture.
To date, for this year, we have $97 billion in the agriculture sector to expend. We have been working across this country to modernize the agriculture sector and all the other sectors. All the other sectors. If you look at the health sector now in this country, we are building new hospitals across the country. New hospitals across the country. We are building state-of-the-art hospital. The same services that you have to go to Georgetown for, the same services will be at those new hospitals. So those are new opportunities. Bishop will talk about the infrastructural development. We have moved the education budget this year to $135 billion. And not only I am talking about the gold scholarship, but in every other areas in the education sector, we are seeing opportunities. We are seeing children now are more, and when you look at the comparison, the expenditure that we are making in the education sector, for example, the government is expending approximately $700,000 annually for one child. And if that same child have to go to a private school, they will only spend about $300,000. So you can see more expenditure is being made by the central government. And we want our people to take up these opportunities. That is why we are making it available. And don't matter that you never went to school for and you can't do the gold scholarship. We have a remedial course. As long as you take that course and you pass that course, you can enter and go and study a bachelor's degree, a master's, a diploma, whatever you want to do. And qualify yourself. Qualify because when you look today, the various sectors in our country, we are seeing massive development. And there will be more opportunities. As our country develops, we will need more skilled persons. And people who don't qualify or who are not making an effort, they will left behind. We can't continue to do menial job and more labor intensive thing. Even right in the agriculture sector, what we thought before that 10 years ago, we thought it will remain stagnant. It's moving rapidly. We are seeing innovation. We are seeing we are trying to bring modernization into it. Whereas we used to do water plant with bucket now, we are now starting to see drip irrigation. We are building shade houses. We are building hydroponics. We are bringing aquaponics. All these things, all these development we are bringing to the country. As I am speaking now, we have one of the largest hydroponics farm in the Caribbean, right here in Guyana. Right here, only today we went and we took some visitors from India to look at it and see what we are doing. We are now replicating that in different parts of the country, in 3 other regions, where we are bringing in more young people, because young people feel that agriculture is a labor-intensive job for old people who never went to school. We are now changing that perception. We are changing that perception, and we are now seeing improvement. For example, in 2021, we imported in this country $2.6 billion in high-value crops, things like broccoli, cauliflower, carrot, lettuce, bell pepper, you name it. The president said that, look, we have to get young people. We have to encourage young people to get involved in agriculture. There are a number of young people who went to University of Guyana, who went to the Guyana School of Agriculture, and they are not doing agriculture. They are just sitting behind a desk doing clerical work. We are now changing that. We form a company where we are making young people shareholders of this company. The president formed that company, the Agriculture Entrepreneurship Innovation in Entrepreneurship Program, where we are making over 300 young people are shareholders. At the end of the year, when they sell the crop, we're giving them dividend, profit from the company.
Minister Mustafa stressed that government is committed to the development of agriculture in all of its forms and promised that the issues raised by residents would be resolved in time, but the process of upgrading infrastructure continues countrywide.
So these are the kind of things we are doing. We have to be responsive to the needs. We are not saying that agriculture is a private work and we not spend money in agriculture. Agriculture, and my colleague here might be a little, say that I am a little prejudiced here, but agriculture is the most important sector for us. Because you know why? Agriculture is responsible for producing food. We can make all the roads that Bishop making, but we got to get food for eat. Right? So, I am saying, so there are a lot of opportunities for farmers in our country. And we are working with different groups of farmers. As I said, that we have seen massive increase in the budgetary allocation in the agriculture sector, in the housing sector, in the education sector, in the health sector, in infrastructure. Bishop will talk to you about and tell you how much we have invested. And if you go around this country now, we are seeing a revolution in terms of road building. Every corner you go, you see road building. A transformation taking place in our country. So we must be appreciative also and work with the authority. Work with the authority as I am speaking here now. In 3 months' time, we'll have a ferry service from Guyana to Trinidad and Barbados. That ferry service is to transport produce across the Caribbean. Eventually that ferry service will traverse the entire CARICOM. But when you come to Guyana, we have to have produce to put in it. That is why we are now building a food hub. We are building a food hub at Yarrowcabra on the Linden-Soos-Dyke Highway. $14 million will be expended to build that food hub at that there. So that means we have to now ensure that farmers produce. Farmers produce and you have ready market for your produce. And when you look around the Caribbean now, there are a lot of demands for Guyanese produce. I went to Barbados with a private sector team. I met with the private sector over there, and they are saying that they prefer Guyana fruits and vegetables than the Central America one. Things like oranges, banana, you name it, pineapple and things like that. So we have to produce. We can't get the land and keep the land abandoned. We have been working with various groups. So when a young man come and ask me that they need certain implements, we will work with you all and we'll try to help you to get those implements so that you can plant and produce. We'll see what we can help you if you want tillers. All the planting materials we'll make free of cost to you. We will ensure that we work with you to give you other input. As I'm speaking now, the demands are so high in terms of planting material. We have 11 nurseries across this country, but the nurseries cannot satisfy the demands that farmers are making. So we are building a tissue culture lab. A tissue culture, that lab will produce millions of planting material annually, so we can satisfy the needs of the Guyanese farmers. We can produce planting material that we want to, things that are high value, the planting material that are high in value, and give to the farmers to plant. So when we are talking about agriculture, we have to talk about large-scale agriculture. We are here as a government and we will continue to invest in this very important sector.
Minister Mustafa told the West Bank Demerara farmers that the opportunities for wealth generation in agriculture has never been more varied, and with Guyana leading CARICOM's charge to produce enough to ensure a reduction in the region's food import bill by 25% by the end of 2025, the demand on farmers for produce will be ever increasing.